Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be restoring these headlights. As you can see, they're pretty cloudy. John actually did a little bit of sanding. They used to be a lot worse than they are, believe it or not, but they're still pretty bad. This one, the driver's side, more so than the passenger side, and I think it's because this side gets hit with the sun. So the first step, actually, before we start the process, is to just make sure that they are both clean. And they're pretty dirty. Wait a minute. You're not gonna help? You're just gonna watch?
I'm gonna supervise.
Are you gonna be the film crew this time?
Yeah.
You're gonna be the film crew?
As
You're
you
gonna
can
ask me
notice,
all the questions?
it's funny, as you look, you can see that the left one is better than the right one.
Yeah, I said that earlier. And I think
Yeah.
it's because the sun hits this side.
Yeah, it's definitely that the sun oxidizes them, and just it kind of degrades the plastic. So what you're doing is you're taking a surface off the plastic, basically, that's going on.
Okay, so we're ready for step 2, which is actually to use what we bought, which we got from Amazon. But you made a good suggestion.
Yeah.
Surround with painter's tape.
Yes.
So that's what we're gonna do next.
Yeah.
Okay, here is what we are going to use. Rave reviews on Amazon. We have no idea. We're not endorsing anybody. We just picked what everybody said really worked. It's a 3-step process, so we'll see. You're going to see along with us. But first, we're going to put the painter's tape around the window. Around the headlight. Let's try this again. Patience.
Yes.
And it's ripping again. So I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna cut my losses. And I'm going to... Okay, you get the idea, folks, right? See you when this is all covered. So here's what we're using. We are not endorsing anybody. We're not endorsed by anybody. I went onto Amazon and this had the highest rating. Cerakote ceramic coating, ceramic headlight restoration kit. So, what I like about this also is that they give you a QR code, which takes you to a video that kind of describes the steps, but I'll just read these steps. So, starts with a note. For best results, Cerakote headlight restoration should be applied in the shade. It's kind of cloudy out, so we're in good shape here. A spray bottle with water or a hose and several clean, dry towels are needed. So I brought my spray bottle down, and we have plenty of towels in the garage that we'll go grab. Step 1, before starting, and if applicable, open the hood for easier access to the headlights. Oh well. We left it down, we're in good shape. Wash headlights thoroughly with any type of car soap and rinse well. We did that already. With the Windex, we're good there. Put on supplied gloves. Rub each headlight in a circular scrubbing motion on all areas of the lens. This says it's step 2. I like the fact that they have everything kind of coded for you. Here's step 1. More step 1. They give you a lot of step 1. Okay, so step 1, step 2, step 3. I'll put those back here. And so I have to do this in a circular scrubbing motion. I'm gonna do it circular scrubbing motion. probably could have used my little kneeling pad, but oh. I don't think you have to change anything. Circular scrubbing motion. Look at this schmutz that's coming off. That is oxidation remover. Just to use it up until there was no white left. Is it coming through on camera?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So that's one. And basically, the wipe is going to turn yellow. Move on to the next oxidation remover and wipe. When the current wipe becomes yellow and soiled, use all the wipes to ensure your headlights are as clean as possible. And don't worry if your wipes are still yellow, as the next step will remove any remaining oxidation. So I have 2 more, right, to go. 3 more to go. Jeez. So 4.
Well, don't forget, you got to use some on the other side.
Per headlight. Well, this is the one for the other side.
Oh, that's
so it's 4 per headlight.
Okay. You can definitely see a difference already. Looks a lot better, right?
All right, well, let's see. Do you mind getting me the pads, the knee pads out of the garage?
Yes.
Oof. Much better. Thank you. All right. I'm on number 3 of 4. So I know, John, you went the route of just replacing your sister's headlights on the Jeep. But after watching you go through what you had to go through, because these fake non-OEM parts never just snap in, when I found out that we couldn't get headlights from Ford for the car, I decided to look up and see whether or not any of these cleaners would actually work. So we're gonna find out, along with everybody else, whether or not this actually works. All right, last one. Oh no, please don't rain. That's not gonna work. What? If it rains, this car has to go into the garage. The headlights can't get wet for an hour, I think. I'll have to read that again. Right. I got a little on the bumper, so I'm just gonna, I'm not worried about it. But I'm just gonna wipe it off. Okay, so this side is done, and they want you to do both headlights 1 step at a time. So I'm just gonna move on to the passenger side headlight. Okay, both sides are done with step 1. Let's see what it says to do. After you have completed step 1, remove and discard your gloves gladly. Okay. And so we're going to rinse thoroughly. It doesn't say to rinse it with soapy water or anything. It just says to rinse it. And then when step 1 is complete, your headlights should have a cloudy look. So let's rinse. Do you think we should hit it with the hose?
We can hit it with the hose. It doesn't hurt, right?
Yeah. Let's hit it with the hose just to be safe. All right. That's good. Awesome. Okay. Assess. What do you think so far? Step 1 done.
All right, so basically it's doing exactly what they said. They said it's gonna take off the oxidation. To me, I feel like it took off like the yellowing that the sun from burning the plastic almost.
Baking.
Baking in the sun. So now they said the result would be that it's cloudy, and it is. So yeah, I'm gonna go to step 2.
All right, step 2. Fasten the red disc to the surface prep pad. Somebody already fastened it for me.
What's good about this now, like what's really going on, is now you're officially sanding off more oxidation.
Okay, so note, in some cases it may be necessary to remove the surface prep discs from the pad to get to hard to reach areas. Extra effort on this step will give you the best possible results. Wet the headlight lens and surface prep disc with water, they say the squirt bottle, and then scrub the lens in a uniform non-circular motion for 2 to 3 minutes. Be sure to keep the lens wet during this time. Okay,
All right.
that's step A of step 2. Did you spray for me?
Oh, well, you gotta spray the lens, baby.
You had to spray both. I thought you were doing it.
All right. I don't know what you want me to do, what you don't want me to do. I thought you were doing the whole thing.
Okay. It's all right. All right. So I have to non-circular motion.
Yep.
You may be better suited for this.
Nah,
actually.
you're perfectly suited. You do
2 to
one-
3 minutes. Tell me when 2 to 3 minutes are
All right,
up.
we're actually gonna time her. How about that?
Yes.
We'll do it officially. All right, so we're gonna look for. She's already started, so. And you gotta use more water. You're not using
Yeah, I
enough
think
water.
so.
Because I could, when you don't want to clog up, if you're clogging up your pad, you don't have enough water. Keep doing it, and then when you check your pad once in a while, if you see it's getting white, then you can use water.
I'll just leave it up here. How's that?
Okay, you good?
So then I have to do it with a gray disc. I think. Where'd the thing go?
Don't look at me, baby. I give
So-
you high marks for doing this. Yeah.
So be sure to keep the lens wet during this time and then rinse well with water.
You want to rinse with the hose?
Yes, I guess let's do that with the
Use
hose.
that pad too. Are you using that same pad over again?
No,
Okay.
It's a new pad. It's a great pad.
it's a gray pad.
Let's see if you can see difference. You've always done it right, right?
Well, you have to do both at the same time.
Wow.
It's getting better.
This side is different.
I'll just leave it up here. How's that? You could feel it, like,
Yeah, you like literally
here.
sanding. You're sanding your headlight.
is that what I'm doing?
Yep.
Seriously.
Oh yeah, it's sandpaper. It's basically I don't know what the grades that they're using, but each level is probably finer and finer. So you start off with a coarser grade, and you go in finer and finer.
I still get scratchiness.
Yeah, that's a sign. Resistance is a sign of irregular. I can't even say the word. So in other words, the surface is compromised. You want, in the end, it should be smooth.
Well, it's not yet, and it's right here.
Yeah. So keep it in the area that you're getting resistance.
You hear it?
Yeah.
It's right here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably where the most oxidation would take place. It's the upper part. From the angle of the sun, that would be the most intense area that would be hit by the sun. Just bake it. Alright, I think you're good. We're going to give it a rinse. And, grab your pad down there.
Hold on, let me read just to be sure. Okay, so in true DIY duo fashion, if it isn't Athena barking her head off, it's something that just throws a monkey wrench into the works. It's about to rain here, and we are on the last step, step 3. And step 3 requires that the headlights stay dry and the car does not move for an hour. So we pull the car partially into the garage to finish. And step 3 is to put on the second pair of clean gloves and open. Okay, so we have our gloves. And here is, conveniently noted, is step 3. Open one of the Cerakote ceramic clear coat wipes, moving horizontally, interesting, from top to bottom. So we're going to go like this. Carefully wipe the coating in a single direction using a 50% overlapping technique. Apply only a single coat, and then repeat the process with the second wipe on the other headlight. Allow the coating to dry for a minimum of 60 minutes before driving or exposing to any moisture. And it says, note, if the clear coat gets on paint, don't worry, just wipe it off immediately with a clean, dry towel. Okay. So we're ready for step 3. Obviously, they don't expect anybody my size to be doing this. Okay. Okay. One horizontal swipe, 50% overlap in one direction. So I'm going to go from front to back. It said apply one coat, but I want to make sure I got it all. Okay. All right. That's it. I did get some on my paint. Not much. So I'm just going to give it a wipe. This car desperately needs to get clean anyway. Okay. All right, one done. Now to the other side. Okay, we're done. I'm going to give it an hour. I'm going to close that side of the garage just in case it rains. Less chance of any wind blowing the rain inside. And once it's not raining, I'll pull it back out and we'll take a good look at these headlights and see if the Cerakote made a difference. Okay, it's been an hour. It's no longer raining. And if it is gonna rain, it doesn't matter because it's now dry. What do you give it?
I give it probably a better way to do this would be to remove the headlights. Because there's little minor things that came into play as we were doing it. One is the tape kind of started giving away. And as you can see, wound up in the plastic. Not that it's the end of the world because we're going to put a treatment on the plastic. The other thing too was there was like alligator cracks, and you see that they're all gone, which amazes me. So that last finish filled in the alligator cracks that you would see, and actually it's nice and clear.
So what are you giving it? A B plus, A minus?
I'm going to give it a B plus.
A huge difference.
Yes, the
Huge
yellow
difference.
is gone. There was alligator cracks that you could see, and I didn't think they were going to go away, but they did. And same thing over here. Everything, you know, it's very close to being perfect. Very
Awesome. So I like the way it came out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to order their version of the trim restorer.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And we'll do another video because the Car Guys trim restorer lasted a season, but you could see it needs to be done again.
Yeah.
And now this gives me an excuse to redo it again, but I'm going to do it with their version and we'll see if it comes out better.
Yeah, I think it will too. But the lights are much better. Now you're going to get further distance with your lights at night also. Because now you have a clear lens that's going to project out of. As you can see how the silver came back inside. And that's very important because that reflects the light. When you get that tint, it takes all that away, and that's why you don't get light projection at night. So.
Now I'm wondering if we should have done it to the fog lights.
They are a little, I mean, they're not awful, but yeah,
They could use restoration.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Maybe we'll do the fog lights next. All right, job done. Let us know what you think. But we'll come back in like 2-3 months just to kind of report on whether or not it lasted.
Yeah, I have to be honest. That's the real test, is to see what it looks like in I would say a good test is say 4 months later to see if it yellowed again.
We'll do a coda in 3 months.